me personally, Chicago scene, Chicago, Illinois, basically I think of like, well, we're from the northern suburbs of Chicago, and there's bands that are not in Chicago, like in Patago and Macabre, and those are cool bands. There's a lot of good bands. I mean, you got bands that consider the Slaughterhouse scene, which are like Dead Youth, Cyanide, Morgue, some of my favorite bands I have to say are like, I don't know, we're friends with Patago, Macabre, Syndrome, Trouble, and Demented Ted. Those guys are always cool, they're good friends of ours. And Numbskull, and there's a new band called Flesh Grind, and they're from our area. So I think all in all the scene is really strong, and there's most of the bands pardon me, have albums out, and whether it be through independent record labels or some major labels, I think the scene's really strong. I think a lot of bands gotta support each other a little bit more. That's how I feel about that.
Okay, what do you want to say about the album?
Buy it.
Yeah, I mean, describe it a little more. How,
It's 10 times as heavy as Swamped in Gore, and the lyrics deal with better subjects. It's just a much better album we put out this time.
Yeah, it's a definite progression in Swamp to Gore. With Swamp to Gore, the name of the song, of course, it dealt with horror and gory stuff, and I mean, we don't want to be pigeonholed or anything. The Bowels of Repugnance is a progression. For one, lyrically, if you define that album title, The Bowels of Repugnance, it means the origins of disgust, and a lot of the stuff that I personally have written lyrically stem from actual human abnormalities and diseases and stuff of a pathological nature, which I have just, brought to a different level, with my own twisted imagination. I've come up with some other stories. The emphasis isn't on gore or to shock anyone. We're just writing, intelligent lyrics, I guess, that may, of course people are going to say it's of a totally disgusting nature, but the ideas that they come from, are totally original, and the lyrics are a lot more mature. They're written as actual stories and everything. As far as the music goes, I feel that the music is some of the catchiest material we've written. There's a lot more guitar solos, however, it's definitely the heaviest. We've trying to take the heaviness over the top. People would say to us, gee, with Swamped in Gore, how could you get heavier than that? But we just did it. There's just a lot of different time changes. It's a lot more grinding, yet I don't know, everything's in your face too, because it's digitally recorded, and with that you get every instrument in your face. You can hear everything from the blast to the snare drum to every note on the guitar, every bass line to the phlegm in the bowels of Joe's throat. It's just it's a good album. We're really happy with it, with just the overall production and what we've delivered. We've even done some acoustic stuff throughout the album, and it's a definite progression from anything we've done. We're really happy with it.
what do you want to see the band go?
Pardon me?
Where do you want to see the band go to? It's your goal.
Yeah. I just answered that question for someone today in an interview. The goals I'd like to see for the band are just to be able to, tour the world and meet all the international correspondents and fans we have all over the place. That's something we definitely want to do, is to deliver the band live to as many people as we can around the world. And definitely our goals are to continue to put out new material, new albums on a regular basis, and continue to deliver, new projects or pieces, whatever, every year if we can. We're constantly writing material, so we just want to keep going with, as far as the career goes, to deliver the goods and, be able to deliver it live too to everyone we can. And I don't know, what about you?
You said it.
Okay, any other statements? We're gonna do one intros and tags, but anything else you want to emphasize?
Okay, I would like to add that people that may be watching this that aren't familiar with death metal should definitely check out this style of music. It's the heaviest form of music known to man. There's there's all styles of music and everything, and within the metal genre overall, there shouldn't be any boundaries like, well, just listen to grunge or just listen to glam or thrash or whatever. You gotta take the extreme with the mainstream, and you should definitely check out death metal because it's just, this term brutal's always constantly been used to the hilt, but, it's the most, unrelenting form of music. But I think perfect example would be our new album, The Bowels of Repugnance. I think fans of death metal or even people that want to get familiar with this style of music, check out our album, the new one. It has a lot to offer, and that's about it, I guess.
Yeah, and like a lot of bands don't like to be labeled death metal acts. Fuck that. You can label me death metal band because that's the only thing I want to play.
Right, yeah,
That's
there's
just the way I am.
a lot of bands that say, like, that I see, even bigger death metal bands, that are, like, considered, like, the big bands right now, and I read in these interviews where they're like, well, we're going to be more accessible, yet we're death metal. But then later on they say, we want to get away from this death metal thing, and you got bands like Obituary that, want to do, different side projects and stuff, and get on, tours like Lollapalooza and stuff, and you get bands like Entomb that want to tour with White Zombie and get away from anything associated with death metal. It's just like, why are you guys gonna forget where you came from, especially underground wise and stuff. So that's fine, if the way I see it, if a lot of bands want to get away from death metal, move on to other things, that's fine, because we are a death metal band, and as far as I'm concerned, we're gonna continue to break new ground in this genre. So we're not ashamed of what we are, we know where we came from, so that's about it.
Well, I need you to do a liner that says, we're broken up. Look for us in an upcoming line now in case they have some extra rooms and
Oh.
shows. You throw those in and put some life into them.
Alright.
Say my throat's going off in practice.
Yeah, sound source. Alright. Hi, this is Jeremy Wagner from Broken Hope. You're watching Mind Melt Television. Watch for us coming up soon.
Okay.
Will that work?
Yeah, that's fine.
Alright.
Just do, this is Jeremy, and I hope you like my mom.
As an intro?
No, it's
Yeah.
not an intro, it's just, it's transitions between the features. You won't even be in the show, but it might, like,
Oh, okay.
between the jazz and rap band.
You mean like someone watching it, I'll pop on and I'll say, hey, this is Jeremy from Broken Hope. You're watching Mind Melt Television.
Right.
Alright. That thing rolling?
Yeah.
Alright. Hey, Legions of Sickness, don't touch that dial. You're watching Mind Melt Television, the most brutal show in Illinois.
Okay, we're bolt thrower.
And this is my mouth.
Hi, this is Bjarne. I'm the drummer from Mercyful Fate, and you're watching Mind Meld.
This one is the Bell Witch.
Hi, this is King Diamond from Mercyful Fate, and you are watching Mind Meld. Right here, Mind Meld.
Chris from Cannibal Corpse, and you're watching Mind Melt in Chicago.
Hi, I'm Jesper from In Flames, and you're watching Mind Melt with a T.
This is Mind Melt Video. We're Malevolent Creation.
Hello everyone,
Hello, hello.
we are Motorhead, or 2/3 of same,
Yeah, one is asleep and we're sitting here.
and we're asleep really, but
Yeah,
we're doing the best we can.
because you're listening and watching
Mind
melt.
melt, see? So
Like a good cheese.
it probably serves you right, you know? I mean, what can I say? Well, fuck you. Who do you think you fucking are? You know, talk to me like that.